For a couple of winters, I watched my husband and our older children enjoying days on the slopes. My eldest daughter once asked, "Why don't you come with us, Mom?" I thought, well, I'd love to, but I was worried about hurting myself. I've never been one to subscribe to the school of, well, try it, it'll come naturally. People always say that, naturally. But I thought I'll sign up for lessons. Fortunately, it was adult skiing lessons, so I wasn't embarrassed in front of a group of youngsters. But it was great. It was a lot of fun, and I had a capable instructor who got me confident enough to be skiing. And so I did end up participating on ski trips with my husband and children. And it's kind of a boring story, but the truth is that's how I think my involvement with the mothers group began. Not with skiing lessons. But I started with a training session with a great instructor who gave me the confidence to step out into my parish as a mothers group leader. And you've heard that there was a training session that Dorothy ran. So that's the training session I'm talking about. And she's the capable instructor. But again, the story of the mothers group wasn't so simple. I didn't just start right away. It started in 2011. In 2011, I attended my first Dynamic Women of Faith conference. I'd never experienced anything like it, and I loved it. I heard speakers on diverse topics, but one woman really stood out, and actually she was the speaker just before me. It was Bożena. She had spoken at that Dynamic Women of Faith conference, and she had mentioned how she had started a mothers group, and it was a little bit more informal. And I went to the Polish parish, and I sat in on Bożena's group. And I had such fond memories of her meetings, of praying the rosary, watching the Mothering Full of Grace video series, and especially the discussion afterwards. I met amazing women, and Bożena was among them. So fast forward to the next year at the Dynamic Women of Faith, and I heard Dorothy speak again, and she spoke about starting a mothers group. And then 2 years later, I heard a similar call for mothers group leaders. And I kept thinking, I love mothers groups, but I'm not the one to start one. And besides, like skiing, I thought, I'd never done it before. I won't start. But finally, in the spring of 2015, after I attended the next Dynamic Women of Faith that spring, Dorothy advertised the Leadership Training Day. And I signed up. Yes, exactly like the skiing lessons. I was taking mothers group leader training. And in September 2015, I started the group at All Saints Church. So here I am today with my mom, my sister-in-law, Susan, two of my daughters, Vicky and Ella, and we're sharing this day with inspiring speakers and a room bursting at the seams with wonderful women. Some of my colleagues are here actually from Fertility Care Toronto, where I'm the president of the board of directors as a volunteer. And I see there are a lot of other volunteers from Catholic Charities as well and other organizations. And it just warms my heart to see so many women who are really involved in their community. And the Mothers Group ministry is another way that we can share our talents. So I know that many of you have been to this conference before, and I've heard about the Mothers Groups. I'd just like to ask everyone to pray for the vocation of motherhood and for the Mothers Groups. Prayer is a big part of my Mothers Group, and I know that with God's grace, a lot can get accomplished. Secondly, I'd like to ask everyone who can to please consider a love offering towards the Mother's Ministry. There are costs associated with maintaining the website, doing the training program, and we want to keep the ministry moving forward. And if there's a little bit extra money, Dorothy knows how to put it towards really good use. Thirdly, if anyone is from the West End of Toronto, I'd like to invite you to All Saints. That's my mother's group, and it's at Royal York and Eglinton. And the dates are on the CatholicMomsGroup.com website, so look it up. And lastly, I'm available to answer any questions all day today, so feel free to come up. Oh, and also one more thing. My last Mother's Group meeting was on Wednesday, and if Paula and Ashley are here, please come and see me. So enjoy the rest of your day, ladies.